So this video is a little bit different from what I usually do on social media. I'm going to share with you how I was able to grow over 150,000 followers community in 4 short months across 4 different platforms. So if you're interested in that, I'm sharing this because I've been a creator for quite a long time, but just recently hit it. And I know that when I was trying to grow a community, I looked at other YouTubers who'd grown and tried to emulate their success. And I really appreciated those who shared what they did. So that's what this video is for. I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna show you the 5 different things I did differently. I'm gonna show you the 5 software tools that I've used along the way and continue to use, and then the 5 actual hardware, like real life tools that I use to get that way. So pretty simple. So the first things I did, the first thing I did differently is I pivoted. Before I did Pinterest marketing, I did YouTube growth. I helped fellow creators understand the legal aspects of being a content creator. I pivoted only last, I think, October 2024, because I was trying to reach out and educate and edify a community of people who are part of a broad electorate about a certain person who was vying for a top office in the United States, and to try to dissuade some people from, enabling that person into ascending to that high ranking. And I was unsuccessful, but I tried. After that person actually, attained that goal, I just was going to pivot back, but a few people told me, no, we need someone in this space because there's not a lot of folks out here doing this. And so that is the pivot to something that's controversial, polarizing, and that is something that affects a lot of people's lives. So a lot of people are searching for that type of content, or eager to learn and looking for commensurating around that topic. So pivoting to a topic that's hot is one thing, and that's the first thing. The second thing I did differently is that I posted a lot. I looked and studied the other people in my space that was doing this type of content, and noticed that they posted like 2 to 3 long form videos per day, and they were posting on various different platforms between 4 to 5 to sometimes upwards to 10 shorts, which is shorts are just vertical content on feeds that scroll. So TikTok, little short videos on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts are a type of content that's quick, snappy, between seconds to up to 3 minutes, and they go along a feed. And the benefit of that and how I was able to grow is because when you have content on those types of feeds, essentially the algorithms, the social media platforms deliver new people to you. That way you're getting discovered. There's this thing in social media called discoverability, where you're placed amongst audiences that don't know you exist. And because the algorithms help introduce you to those folks, because the algorithms have studied those folks and know what they like, and they said, this type of content, you've already resonated with this type of content, I'm going to find you someone who's doing content similar to that and put that person in front of your feed. So they're not following you, but now they see you, they like you, they follow. So I was able to grow because I did a lot more content. And so sometimes people say, just produce content that when it's relevant, when it's timely, when it's trending, when you have time, and be careful. And that is one school of thought that does work. But for this niche, which is late breaking news that comes up regularly, there's a lot of activity, a lot of actions, especially with this person who ascended to this office, so chaotic that it made it easy actually to produce a lot of content. But that's part of my growth, as I was constantly in feeds, the algorithms pushing me in front of new people. Every time you post, there's new opportunity for you to get in front of new people and new audiences, and so that helped grow. So if that's something you can do within your bandwidth, that was it. The second thing that I did. The third thing, and owing to that, is that because I pivoted, I did a lot of content, but I was also one of few voices on this particular part of the spectrum across the aisle on platforms like YouTube. And so there was not a lot of options. So people who are interested in my part of the aisle, my perspective, or people who are on that side of the aisle, didn't have much options. So they end up finding me because they would look at the others there, and they would keep scrolling, and then eventually I would pop up. So being a person, and there's a thing called where in social media where search and algorithm search, where you want to produce content where there's high search, where people are looking for you, but there's not a lot of competition. Because imagine if there's a lot of people doing a lot of content I do, and I just started, I would get dwarfed amongst all the big stars or the big people. I'm doing news content, and there's NBC, and there's Associated Press, and there's CBS, and there's CNN. There's all these different people doing the same type of content. Obviously, I'll be a small fish in a big pond, but because I was on this side spectrum, I was a big fish in a small pond. Yeah. And then also I think having an expertise, because when I did Pinterest marketing and I did YouTube growth, there were other people who were in my niche that were getting opportunities and that I wasn't getting, but it's because I was competing with them. They might have been doing a better job at it, or they might have just been attractive, or when people look at the availability of creators, these folks you seem to be someone they wanted to give brand deals to, and I wasn't. But in this space, there are not a lot of people who know I'm a journalist, so I have a journalism degree. I've been a columnist for newspapers, and I also have 2 law degrees. So that's something, a unique combination. And unlike a lot of lawyers on social media, on different platforms, that when they explain legal cases, they kind of use a lot of jargon, and so they're talking above people's like understanding, and folks will just scroll. So I was able, because of my journalism background, because of being a content creator for over 10 years, and having that experience of being a content creator, I was able to use the 2 of those to explain complex legal stuff in simple ways that people can understand. So I think the third thing I did differently is be a unique voice in a space where people are looking for it. So lots of competition. And owing to that, I would say the fourth thing I did was intentional on making sure that when I spoke to people, I spoke to them, to you. I don't use words like y'all. I understood the pain points, the angst, the stress, the anxiety, what people are dealing with. And I speak with them. In marketing, there's a term to say you want people to buy from you. You need to understand their pain points, and you need to speak and reach out to the pain points. When people feel like you understand them, you get them, they look to you and trust you and say, okay, this person knows. And because they know what I'm feeling, and because I'm feeling the same way, and when I speak, I'm actually speaking to myself. When I tell you it's going to be okay, it's going to be calm, we're going to get over this, it's because I'm telling myself that. So I understand what you're going through, and so you and my audience feels that way. So I think the fourth thing is create content, if you can do this, where you are relatable and you are speaking to someone's pain points. And that's really, really important. The fifth and final thing is, because I was a content creator for so long, and I understood the importance of things like watch time, and make sure when you're telling a story, use storytelling when you create content so people can watch for a long time. I created series where, like, I have a series like is new called Taco Tuesday, and I say something and people come to expect Taco Tuesday. So created series so people can look forward to. Create playlists of content. So I do different types of content and I'll put them in playlists, so categorize them. So in each platform, they're in the playlist. So when people watch my videos, they'll see the playlist, for example, on TikTok, and they can click and binge more of my content. That creates more watch time. I know the importance of watch time on YouTube, for example. So I do stories, and I'll have my timestamps. I will make sure, like in this video, I get to the point right away. I'm relevant. I do eye content, have great lighting, and so all those things, knowing, being intentional on. And that's from my experience of being a creator for so long, the importance of that, and also of cross-pollinating. So, for example, I learned, and I think this was I would share my long videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on Substack, and on Threads, just full videos. So people had no reason to come to YouTube, which was really important for making money, because that's the one platform where I earned the most from ad revenue. So I learned to just share the most captivating portion of a video, just enough on those other platforms, and tell people to come to my YouTube channel. And when I share a video, I wouldn't just share the video, I would share a video as part of a playlist. So after they watch the video, the next video they're going to see is going to be mine. And so that's getting me more watch time, and that's getting me more engagement, and that's YouTube sees more people are coming from different platforms. All of that cross-pollination and that intentional actions of knowing how the platforms work and knowing the importance of watch time, like the view duration, watching for a long time, people coming from other platforms, all those things together is, I think, helped me grow. And that's, now you know those things, or you not study those things where they exist elsewhere in this platform. Now, so those are the 5 things I did. Now I'm going to tell you the 5 tools I use, the software tools, and the 5 types of hardware, like actual, like mic sort of tools I use. So if you want to sort of emulate what I've done and copy it and perhaps maybe get the same result. So finally, I shared with you the 5 things I did differently. Now I'm going to show you the 5 tools that I use in the 5 software. So the 5 softwares, one of it is editing. Obviously, it's hard to, you need to get people interested and engaged. Audiences these days have a lot of competition for time. So there are different tricks that people use to get folks to stay on their content. One of it is like editing, where they, you see them pull in and draw out, so you need to edit. And having graphics, I discovered that but trying to make my content a lot like the other people, political content creators, they had like a nice, like almost like a news sort of system sort of thing that they put themselves in. And I was like, I saw one, I was like, I should do something like that. So I use Wondershare for more. You can get it on a subscription base when you're paying like $10 a month. It's great because it's drag and drop. It has a lot of templates. It has templates for openers, for lower thirds, little text you put on the bottom screen. It has graphics. It has all sorts of things. I need to take a course because there are more tools related to it, and I'm not taking advantage of it all. So you buy it on a monthly basis, or you can get an annual subscription. But it's easy. It's intuitive. I think kids can use it, so it's really great for a beginner. The other thing I'm going to make sure I point out is that the benefit of Wondershare for more is that it is a middle tier. A lot of free editing apps have limited functionalities. The one you can find online for free or comes with your Mac or your iPhone or your computer. Very limited functionality. If you want to step up, but you don't want to pay as much as Adobe Premiere, which is super expensive, it's only $59 for a year. You get a license. You can get a license for a Mac or for a PC version of it. You can also upgrade so you can do editing on your phone, or you can pay for like their little tools and stuff. They sell those in like packs for like $10 a month. Overall, it's a really great deal. You get tech support as well, no watermarks, and look really professional, polished videos, that looks like someone edited and knows what they're doing. So I highly recommend it. And I could have moved on, but why? So Wondershare for more. The second thing is Canva. You've probably known about it. It has lots of templates. It's a lot of graphic designers would design things and put it on Canva. And and it's available to you. It is worth buying the full pro version, because I say that if you were to not, you'd pay for all those little elements. And with the pro, it's all included. And it's the cost of perhaps if you were your coffee drinker and you got like a latte at a coffee shop once a day, after a week you would have paid for how much it costs for a year of Canva. So it's worth it. Canva Pro. The third software tool I use is, obviously everyone uses now, ChatGPT. And ChatGPT, that allows me to quickly create scripts, captions for my YouTube video, captions for different platforms. For example, Threads has a threshold of 500 characters, where Blue Sky is like 300 characters. So I can say, here's what I want to say. Give me a script, give me a caption, give me a 500 character version for Threads, give me a 300 caption for Blue Sky, and it comes up with it pretty quickly. It helps me do research. It helps me identify graphics. It helps me design things. It does everything for me. It's like managed me. It's perfect. ChatGPT, but I also pay for the tier, which is like a $20 tier. I don't do the free, because with the extra one, you get access to more tools. There's so many more tools I'm not even using, but even with what I pay, it's worth it. And it's faster, and you have more options. I highly recommend paying for the upper tier, especially if you're doing this professionally. The fourth tool I use is Fiverr. I use Fiverr sometimes if I'm looking for someone to help me do some data processing, or I need someone to help me figure out something technically I can't figure out. Like if I need to, I have newsletters. So if I need someone to arrange my newsletter sequence or something like that, or something that's technical that I'm not quite sure how to do, or to get any kind of help, Fiverr is like a freelance database. The for folks who freelance. They do designs, they do all sorts of things, and they have portfolios, so you can search their portfolios. You can look at reviews at other people who've hired them to do things, and pay right there through that platform. And it's the best. I love Fiverr. I'm gonna put a link to all of these below. I'm an affiliate for Wondershare and not Canva. Not ChatGPT, and Fiverr, yes. But then also the final one, which I am affiliated with, also is Blogify, because the other platform that I put it on is I have Medium, but I haven't been using Medium actually, but also Substack. So I have a Substack, and Substack is formatted a certain way. If I put my blog on Medium and actually have a real blog, a couple of other blogs on those, you need to have subheadings like H1, H2, H3. It may not make sense to you, but subheadings and titles, and it has to be formatted a certain way, have certain keywords and metadata, all that stuff. On Blogify AI, you just take your video and it'll turn your video into a blog. So you just cut and paste. You can't get much simpler than that. I know before I used to actually, it took longer. I'd hire people to do this, and now sadly, people losing jobs, but I don't have to. I take my video after I'm finished done. Blogify uploads it and it spits it out in like minutes. And it's on you can either, I think it's a subscription basis as well, or you can buy the software for a year. But it's totally worth it because it's going to save you so much time, and it's easy, drag and drop, and it's a no-brainer. I think I'll put a link to Blogify as well, and I did a video showing you how it works so you can see it in action. Next to there, it's going to be in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube and it's not in the caption, go to the YouTube version of it and go and watch it there. So those are 5 software tools. Now the 5 hardware tools I use, obviously for filming, I used to have, and I still have, a DSLR, which is professional camera, but because software, the cameras on smartphones are so advanced now, there's no need. I've mastered the art of looking at the camera on my iPhone. I even use the front-facing one because I prefer the front-facing one. I just do. The back-facing is probably better, but these days, because of technology, it's really negligible, the difference, because this is the front-facing my camera, not the back-facing. And so yeah, that's it. So I use the camera, and I also have a microphone. Obviously, I have 2 types of mic. I have this was a podcast sort of mic, and then I also have lavaliers. And so lavalier mic is you see this one here. I can put a link to it. It has the iPhone, and it has an attachment for different types of iPhones. And also, if you had a real camera, you can put it in there. You just plug it in, and then this is a transmitter, and you clip it on, or you hold it because it's an aesthetic to hold it, and that's it. And then I also have a mic. So that's the second tool I use, and you can see there's a lot of light here. I'm showing you what you're seeing here now is the light. I use Newer. I'm a brand new Newer affiliate. I love Newer. I've loved them for a long time. I've always purchased Newer. You know, you might even know the Newer ring lights. They're known for the ring lights, but then as you advance, you realize that the big panel light, I love this panel light because you can put 2 on the side. I have 2. I have one in my office, and I also have one at home. So if I want to create content, it comes in a 2-pack. I could just keep this one here, keep the other one at home, and I'm done. It lights me well. I love the fact I can raise it. I can put it over top. I have another spotlight here that I can come in to help diffuse the shadows. So the lighting is really important. People do scroll past dark videos. Sound is really important, but also is light. So the one is my camera, my microphone, the 2 different mics, the light. The 4th tool is my MacBook Pro M3. It's really pretty large. It's really large. The reason why I like this is because it saved that I can drag and drop by just like hitting the airdrop. I can airdrop content from my phone straight to the MacBook, and the software on my iPhone is the same as the MacBook, so it's very super seamless. This MacBook is super fast, and it has all the functions, lots of space. I have a terabyte of my phone has a terabyte because I used to, not anymore, do content for other people. So my phone is packed with other people's content as well as my own, lots of videos. And then I also have like about 2 terabytes of cloud space as well, and Google space. It's worth it because it's my business. But all of those are easy to use because I can take my photos and videos. They're actually already synced in this iPhone. So it makes it easier for creating content is super easy when you're editing, because it's already on there. Once I take it on my phone, my video, a picture or video, anything, it's already on my MacBook. So the processing is super fast. I have M3, and it's large. I prefer large screens, so that's why I got the I don't know if it's a 16-inch, whatever it is. I put the number of inches on the bottom. But it's really, it can be costly, but it's an investment, because I think the time you save, the efficiency is worth it. So if you can afford it, definitely get that. And the final thing I'm going to put attached here is this tripod. I like the mobile tripod because it's collapsible. The one I have, I can collapse it and put it in my bag and go. If I'm traveling, it's easy to carry. It's not like I have other stands, and a lot of them, but they're a little bit more bulky. It's harder. It's better when I set it up just to leave it there. But this collapsible tripod I like, because it holds my phone. I can hold it horizontal or vertical, and like I say, it's collapsible, it's portable, it's not costly. So those are the 5 tools I use. Hope that's a helpful video for you. This is JJ Legal. My motto is each one teach one. I wanted to make sure you can see my growth trajectory. This is kind of just the beginning. Like I said, I started this journey last October, this pivot. Been growing this community. I'm really excited to have grown this community. This is one of my old merchants. I used to have a saying, the algorithm is disrespectful. I don't say that anymore. I respect the algorithms. And so, yeah. Each one teach one. Share this video if you're interested in the other type of content I do. Take a pan out and take a bird's eye view. You'll see the controversial content that I said that I do on here. I'm not mentioning it for a reason, because I'm going to try to do ads for this video, and if I mentioned it, I wouldn't be able to get ads done. That concludes this video. Thanks for, I don't know, it got cut off. It got cut off. But this is the end of the video, but I do want you to check out other playlists I have here where you're going to see in the end screen. Keep learning from me. Go to jjlegal.com to sign up for my newsletter and to purchase and support me by my merch, my templates, or just learn more about me.